Is there a better way to do crystals? Hey guys, what's up? It's Katie and I'm back with this quick little video about a topic that has been brought up a lot lately. And that topic is there a better way to target champs? Now, before we had these featured Grandmaster crystals, we used to have a 5-star featured hero crystal. For those of you who haven't been playing the game long, basically what it was a crystal that was released when a new champ came out, and you had what most of us believe to be a 20% chance to acquire that new champ, or an 80% chance for any other champ in the basic pool. The drop rates, though, they were theoretical because the crystal was canceled actually before Kabam released those drop rates. They did bring back the Blade Crystal for one more go around recently, and I know a lot of people saved up for that. But other than that, I think Kabam has pretty much killed this crystal. Now, if this crystal was still around, then as of this past Wednesday, Ronan would have his own 5-star featured hero crystal, and you could have an increased chance to get him. A bonus about this crystal, though, if you did not get the champ you were targeting, or maybe you didn't have enough shards saved up, or maybe you were just unsure of how the champ was going to be, I believe the crystal came back around about 3 months later. I think it was 3 months later. So basically you could have a second chance at it, which was great if, you finally had enough shards saved up, the champ was really good, or, the champ needed their awakening. So that was awesome about that. It was a great way to bolster your roster. These featured hero crystals were a much better deal than what we have going on. But, for the sake of profit, Kabam got rid of those crystals and introduced the feature Grandmaster crystals for 300 units with a strikingly much lower chance at obtaining the champ you desired. They basically wanted people to use in-game currency to target champs instead of crystal shards to get some more bling bling in their pockets, if you know what I mean. So now, I should mention this as a disclaimer. The RNG of getting champs is one of the things that makes this game great, in my opinion. In no way would I suggest removing the RNG of this game. I know a lot of people actually hate getting crappy champs. I'm not a fan of it. It happens, but I understand, you kind of have to. And some have even quit over just pulling crappy champs time after time after time. But if you think about it, if you could just buy or pick what champs you want, then, this game would not be as enjoyable and not as successful, in my opinion. I know others have varying degrees or thoughts on this, but this is just how I feel. One of the things that just gives you that ultimate rush is when you finally you pull a god tier champ. Finally you get that Corvus, that Domino, that Ghost, one of those champs that you have been wanting after pulling Iron Patriot for the 5th time. So that is why, people bring up the topic too about champ swapping. And I always say I think this is a terrible idea and would be a death of this game as we know it. But that's another topic, and probably another topic for another video at some point in time. So even with that said, I still think there is a way to improve on the basic 5-star crystal. The pool is so massive and it just grows every month. Think about it. There is less than 1% chance to get a champ that you have been looking for. I'm still looking for a thing. So there have been things that I, have been kind of thinking about and pondering over, and there are ideas that others suggested that I feel would make more sense for the game. One of those things is to split up the basic pool into crystals by class. So basically you would have mutant, mystic, science, tech, skill, cosmic, all of them would have their own crystal. Introducing these class basic crystals at 15k shards while still keeping the generic, basic crystal at 10k shards would make sense for all player levels. Newer players with limited 5-star rosters would be able to spin crystals and progress, while summoners with more advanced rosters can target needed champs at more of a cost. This makes sense to me because, at no other point in this game have all the classes been more equal and diverse than they are now. I mean, if you look at it 2 years ago, that was not the case. There were classes that were far more superior than others. I'm looking at you, science. You were terrible. But that has all changed. So if we just look at this image real quick, from Trucos, I know it's not up to date, and I know that not all of the champs that are X'd out are playable characters at this time, but I think Kabam should throw them into the basic pool at some point, all the ones that aren't playable. I'm pretty sure they'll come into to become playable at some point in time. We can see that if you look at it, the classes, they're fairly balanced. I mean, most of them, with the exception of Mystic, have a little over 20 playable characters per class. So that gives you, with the exception of Mystic, about a 3 to 5% chance to target the champ that you want out of that class. I think these percentages still keep the RNG aspect of the game, and it also gives players, a better hope in getting the champ they desire. You want that Omega Red? Go spin that Mutant Crystal. Also, each class is about even in the relationship between, God tier champs and garbage champs, with a good spread of mediocre to just meh champs. I mean, if you look at skill, cosmic, all of them, they're all pretty evenly, spaced out. Mutant has Omega Red and Emma Frost. I mean, but you can still pull a Colossus who may be getting a buff, or, Red Mags, Deadpool X-Force, then you've got some in the middle. So it's all, up for grabs. Now, others have suggested to have crystals based on the year the champion was released. And I think that could also work. I mean, I would still spin some 2015 crystals in hopes of getting that 5-star Venom that I've always wanted, and he is still evading me, much like Stark Spidey. So, but I think this one would be more difficult since, what will we do with the newer champs, the 2019 champs that are released? Would their 2019 crystal not be released until the end of the year, until the end of 2019, or the beginning of 2020? It's hard to say. There would have to be something incorporated into there to make it even with the 2015, 16, 17, and 18 crystals. But, I think what makes most sense to me is dividing them up by class. But I am of the opinion that the champ pool is growing way quickly, maybe way faster than what we all had expected to, and the amount of champs in the basic pool is growing super fast too with every month. The addition of older champs finally being released as 5 stars is getting huge hype. Maybe we will eventually, hopefully soon, get that 5-star Scarlet Witch. I mean, there was, the deal for the 5-star OG Thor, Black Widow, and OG Vision. So hopefully soon, Scarlet Witch and 5-star Wolvie will be coming as well. But you never know. So what are you guys' thoughts? Do you think having class-based crystals would be an improvement on the game? Do you think, we could acquire them better that way, or should it be left alone? Is there a better way to divide the massive champion pool that we have now? Or should we just leave it as is? Do you enjoy the RNG of this game, or would you prefer a better champ targeting system? Let me know in the comments below. Let's discuss. As always, guys, thanks everyone for watching. If you guys liked what you saw and you want to see more, please remember to like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Bye, guys.